Hey, I guess it's time to close the circle with iPad, at least for this year. I just woke up and I saw fantastic news. Confirmation that we may witness the launch of next generation iPad Pro in the first quarter of 2021. That's a great opportunity to analyze various dates, including a couple of other details that some of you were curious about. For example, mini LED or the specs. I know for a fact there are many people out there that really expressed a lot of interest for this next generation iPad Pro model. So here we are. Before we continue, please answer in the comment section below. What would be your top pick potential feature of the upcoming professional iPad? Now the intro and let's go. Hi guys and welcome to Digital Marketing Channel. My name is Marco and this is your weekly fix of tech news, leaks, rumors and opinions, everything about Apple and their competitors. If you're a fan of this type of content, subscribe now, leave a comment below, hit the like button and don't forget to enable notifications so you don't miss the next video. We have seen tons of speculations and leaks about potential products that should come from Apple in the following year. Digitime News has just spiced things up, suggesting next flagship iPad and its possible arrival in the first portion of 2021, which takes us back again to March. The article also mentions initial predictions by Ming-Chi Kuo, for those who are not certain, one of the most precise Apple analysts in the industry, who, if you recall, at first predicted its release till the end of this year, and then later he corrected his claim with the first half of 2021. This created space for a lot of speculation and left us guessing, will it be March or maybe June? If you look back, you'll see that there is no any specific patterns for iPad releases. Check this out, the original iPad was released in April 2010, however iPad 2 in March 2011, or the first iPad Air that was shown in November 2011, and then its second generation in October 2014. iPad mini was launched in November as well, 2012, followed by the new release in November 2013, or the first iPad Pro that was originally launched in November 2015, while its replacement came in June 2 years later. Finally, the iPad Pro with latest design language has landed in November 2018, followed by visually similar Design Pro in March 2020. Now, one could argue that November is the most common date for some bigger or newer iPad releases. But then the fourth and the latest iPad Air edition was introduced in October this year. Simply, we cannot be 100% sure. We can guess and we can watch the news. Now the internals. Based on information from various sources and based on latest series of iPad Air, we can safely assume that the iPad Pro 5th generation will come with next iteration or improved version of Apple's A14 Bionic. The question remains only, will Apple opt for X or Z? Since Apple will most likely skip redesign for this very particular model, I can assume there will be a lot of emphasis on internal upgrades and specific features. It's no secret what I think about previous models. So we can expect some improvements like, for example, 8 gigs of RAM, which would be the first time ever on iPad. And that shouldn't be anything weird. It would not make sense that you have iPhone with 6 gigs of RAM and then at the same time you have iPad with 12.9-inch display with 6 gigs of memory as well. Doesn't make sense. Don't get me wrong, while I'm fully aware how great Apple software and hardware harmony and optimization works, it can make a lot of difference. Now more than ever. It's been less than a year since its previous iteration. I'm not certain you know this, but Apple, beside Microsoft, is the only big manufacturer that offers tablets with up to 1 terabyte of storage capacity. If you find any other, please let me know. I don't believe we're gonna see some bigger changes here, unless they decide to step up to 256 gigs of storage as a starting option. Then we may get surprised with 2 terabytes option. Now it would be a great thing for the future of this channel if you like this video that you hit the thumbs up and subscribe. One of the biggest improvements of the next generation iPad Pro should be its screen. Not the new design, but technology that will be used. This will be officially the first Apple product with Mini LED display. For those that were curious, Mini LED has a couple of advantages comparable to traditional LCDs: richer colors, higher brightness, deeper blacks. This tech, in combination with Apple's in-house silicon, should be even more power efficient. It may not be on par with OLED screen in terms of visuals, but it will not bother you with typical issues that OLED faces, like burn-in, for example. Here comes interesting part. Based on the predictions, Mini LED is nothing else than a temporary solution. It's the bridge to something more advanced, and that means micro LED. And that's a subject that we may cover some other time. I'm wondering, will we see ceramic shield on the next iPad Pro? There is one thing that I always forget when I talk about iPads. For example, I frequently use my 11-inch iPad Pro. Let me tell you something, its speakers as well as microphone array are absolutely amazing. With 2020 model, Apple went even further. There is no reason to doubt that Apple will eventually push that boundary even beyond. We can also talk about cameras and potential incremental improvements and possibly LiDAR sensor. There are some rumors about the next generation of iPhones, allegedly coming with finally smaller notch. Is this really still important subject? That's boring, but the question arises. Could this next-gen Face ID set of sensors be revealed with the next release of iPad Pro? We shall see that pretty soon. What I don't believe is that we're gonna see some other new accessories specifically designed for the upcoming professional iPad. Not a chance. And of course, USB-C is here to stay. Anyway, that's all from me for today and for 2020. I wish you all the best. Thank you for watching Digital Marketing Channel. My name is Marco. Talk to you soon. Have an excellent day. Bye. Now, I don't know did you know this, but Apple is, beside Microsoft. Now, I don't know you're familiar with this, is the only large manufacturers of iPads. Now, I don't know, I'm not certain you're familiar, I'm not certain you know this, but Apple, I'm not certain you're familiar, I'm not certain you know this, I'm not certain you are familiar with this. I'm not certain you know this. I'm not certain you know this. I don't know you're familiar. I'm not certain you're familiar. I'm not certain you know this. I'm not certain you know this. I'm not certain you know this, but Apple, beside Microsoft, is one of